Hello everyone, I'm your host Parso. Welcome to the first episode of Roblox Skating Tutorials. I'm going to be using the skateboard for most episodes because this is the vehicle most people are going to be using in this game. As if you're watching this, you're probably a beginner and haven't spent any Robux on this game. But I can assure you everything I will be teaching will work for mostly all the vehicles and stuff, like the bike, the scooter, and everything. And I know because I've tested those. Only thing I'm not certain about is the roller skates, because I don't like roller skates, so I didn't buy those and I haven't tested them. So keep in mind the people who use the roller skates, but I don't think there's many out there who use those, so we should be fine. Today I'm going to be going over the basics such as balance, grinding, camera position, everything. Just some beginner basic info to help you in your skating experience. If you want to see actual tricks and help on balance for things, I'll either post a new video, or if you're watching this later on, you can just skip to the next episode. Today, however, we're just going to be going over the basics. What I'd like to start off with is camera position. I do not personally think that moving your camera around is such a good idea because it, as I just shown, it makes it harder to do tricks, and because your balance is kind of thrown off by the camera movement, you don't really it's not pinpoint on where exactly you are, and because your camera's sideways or whatever, you can't really make sure 99% to 100% that you're gonna land a trick. It's much harder to land a trick while keeping your camera moving. I much rather would have your camera positioned in about the same way mine is right now, keeping it stationary, and when you're when you're doing tricks, it will move around with you, and you will keep your area of balance. You won't be thrown off. I just think that moving your camera around will pretty much throw your balance off. I just wouldn't do that. Keep your camera stationary. It helps a lot with tricks, even though I just didn't land that one there. Now let's move on to balance on things like rails and stuff. Something like this rail right here. Let me showcase that real quick. You see this rail, and you'd think, oh yeah, let me hit that side like a real skateboard. Nope, you're not gonna do it most of the time. Sometimes it is possible. I'm gonna show you that right now. It is possible to hit it like that, but I tried, but it didn't work. Most of the time, you're going to want to do grinds like this, not like that. You're going to want to do your grinds like this, straight across, because then you're keeping your balance on the rail. You're not going to fall off so easily. Let me show that right there. See, I went on it straight, went straight down, perfect, boom, bam, landed it 100%. There you go. You don't even wobble around much, so it's pretty easy to land a trick like that. I'll showcase that one more time, and I'll do it with the scooter. Boom. Nice and easy. Let's try it with the scooter real quick. Okay, now I have the scooter out, and I will be demonstrating the scooter on the grind. There I did a little bit sideways, but it does work both ways. I think on the scooter, it is a bit easier to land your grind sideways because it's so skinny, and you can see more. It's not as fat as the skateboard, so it's not as hard to land, but still I tried to do it sideways and I just fell over. It just makes it easier to hit it straight in the middle, because then it's 99% chance you're gonna hit it without failing. It's a pretty easy trick. I'd say very beginner level. Makes it very, very easy, but combined with other tricks, it's a very nice thing to learn. It's very nice if you style it correctly. The thing there. You see? There you go. Hit that sideways. It works very well if you keep your camera stationary because it's easier to see where you're going to land on the rail. That way if you mess up, you'll know that you might have hit it in a pretty bad area. If you kept your camera spinning as if like this, then it'll be much hard to like grind it. There I just like double jumped into the air. I don't know why that happened, but you can see that it gets pretty annoying, so I just keep your camera stationary like this. Now, I think we can move on to some other stuff, like keeping your balance while in the air. Sometimes I'll see people like hitting these ramps over here as a beginner, and they'll be like, oh yeah, let me hit this right now. Well, there I did nice and smooth, but they'll try and do something like this, and then they'll fall over. You do not want to do stuff like this. Another example is them going up too high, and then they'll hit it at the edge of the ramp and just fall down face forward in a nosy. You don't want to fall down like that. It's a pretty sad thing to see because you know they're a beginner too if they do that. What you want to do is right before you reach the top, you'll want to jump and then pop back down. That way you won't fall off. And if you want to hit the air, then you can come up right at the top and do that. Hit a little 360, land it. Beautiful. I'm just that good. You want to jump right before you reach the top. If you jump after you reach the top, you're not going to make it. You'll most likely hit it with your front wheel and fall. Also, I have just realized I've been doing this with a scooter, so let me go back and demonstrate with a skateboard. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate it with a skateboard. See, I popped up too high, hit my back wheels, I fell down in a nosy. It destroyed my face, probably died. Now, let's do it without going to the very top. Bam. Boom, did it again, I just fell off. For that specific area, you don't want to switch your balance. You don't want to go to the side. You want to go straight across. Let me demonstrate that right now. Boom, went into a nosy, but I did not fall over. Hit that again, boom. See, it's a pretty fun trick to learn if you can balance correctly. Balance is a very key feature in this game, and that's why you must know how to balance on everything. So, just keep this stuff in mind. You don't want to try and hit something diagonally or whatever without balance and not fall and try not to fall over. You're most likely going to fall over. So I just keep in mind that you should be careful about your balance, especially if you're in something like a tournament and you're trying to do some tricks, which if in that case you're probably not a beginner, but still, even those people in tournaments of this game will try to keep their balance and not fall over. That's why it's a very keen thing not to try and go to the top. You're most likely going to fall over. I'll demonstrate that there. See, I didn't go to the very top, so I didn't fall over. Unless you're coming out of a bank. If you're coming out of a bank, then you want to come out the top, because if you don't go to the top, you're just going to fall back down. You need to learn where to come out at the top and where not to, especially with something like this four corner. At the four corners, you do want to come to the very top because you're trying to get to the other ramp, but even so, you can still do it without coming to the very top, because you'll probably not be able to jump, or you'll fall over like I just did. Let me demonstrate that one more time. If you jump at the very top, you'll most likely fall towards the ground and not actually hit the ramp. That's why another keen thing to jumping before you hit the top is you want to land on that other ramp. See, I just tapped it. I still touched it, so it ended up landing. I guess that's pretty much it for this episode. If you like this, then obviously go and hit that like button. I don't really like asking that. It kind of sounds weird, but you know, we gotta get them likes, get them likes and subscribers. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode of Roblox Skating. thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Parsa, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.